Це ще жижу собі залють, типу, блядь, вообще кайф. Ми закінчили на тому, що поговорили це з цією мадамою гарненькою, дочкою її бабулі, яка нас врятувала. Що за пенка якась, блядь? Сперму якусь заливають. Що це? Ну, вроде бы пахнет нормально. Дай боже. Сейчас накурюсь спермы. Уф, хорошо. Так, чуть-чуть себе осветление так вот. Здорово, молодежь. А, як сесть? Ну, о.
Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you.
Соряныч.
Join our back
Чуть-чуть по вам лупанул.
woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maid
Він
of
говорить дуже
your
багато.
heroic deeds.
Well,
Ну, это полностью расскажем всю
there
историю.
was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I
Хорошо,
shot a bull.
познакомимся, да?
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
Найманці
They come from
згоршені.
somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
О, це ті мразі, які на нас
That's all
напали.
wicked. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
А чого вас
What
двоє?
could
Нас
they
четверо.
want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into
Вона
them to make
лучниця.
them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were two.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever.
Ну,
Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
і забув
Tuna
фразу.
Juvan.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
Я теж знаю
As I
латину.
recall,
Хуйово.
you already
Дуже
got a
хуйово знаю.
pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Townburg?
Там, до речі, є,
What was that about then?
є досягнення, щоб знайти димку. Це типу коня цього типа. Де його знайти, я не знаю.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat. He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two.
Блін,
As far as I can
от вони, лучші
it
друзі.
really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Оксана, до речі, мені реально цікаво, як він здавав, типа.
Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falcon and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
Браті, може сам по собі умер.
Fortune really does favor you.
Ти реально походу сам по собі умер, чисто то.
Well.
Once we get back to
Того
Rattay,
відром
I'll have
лупанув.
it inscribed on my shield.
Той, блядь, упав, блядь, сам себе.
What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zhelioth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you.
Давай.
For your journey.
Та, бля, що ви?
Jenna, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Реально, бабуля нам так допомагає.
Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course.
Бля,
Thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had
откуда вона
trouble
знала, що я
because of
сокиру
you,
спиздив?
but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger
О,
or
дякую.
don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see.
Ну, бля, це
It's
погано,
not all that
що...
hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana.
Це погано, що його треба варити.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right.
Хоча це
Very glad
цікаво.
we met you.
От і цікаво,
Obliged
і
to you for
сука.
your help and hospitality.
Не вийде
God
просто,
bless you.
поки де 24/7 сейвиться.
Sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Я поверну, блядь, на ухо далеко.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
Треба за рябком вернутися.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Реально,
Henry,
ну,
I like your
ну,
dog,
собаки не треба
but
забрати.
that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out...
Ні, ми
I'll
зараз
go
йдемо
looking
шукати
for him.
сенсі.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Ось тут.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
Скажемо, Турін, що ми його бачили.
I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Да,
Yes.
ми його достанемо.
We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. You're still my protector, though, so you need a weapon right away. Here you go. You never know.
А що у нас? Це... Ну, це меч.
Where'd you get it?
I found it in the dung pile. Must have belonged to the fellow I brawled with that night we got here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better
Ну,
things
да,
along the way.
давайте пройдемось, то я з'їбався говорити. Ладно, ще поговоримо. Ще поговоримо чуть-чуть. Ну, гра дуже гарна. Мені подобається прям. За геймплейну частину подобається, і за візуальну частину дуже подобається. О, я вас вітаю з початком гри. Вітаю, ми почали гру. Минулі 2 години ми просто проходили пролог. Що він кричить? А, типу, гори, ехо. Вау. Дурак, блядь. Плюється, блядь. Дяка, гарна катсцена. Як фільм якийсь. У нас так дивляться, дивно. Гарно. О, сука, собакин, блядь. Блін, дуже гарно. Мені прям сподобалась ця катсцена, вона прям вах. По красоті.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
Реально дуже багато
wait to
говорить.
sleep in a proper bed. And some wine.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Прийшли, блядь. А, ну, те як ми в дізі, це нормально? Нас впустять, блядь?
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
То як у нас украли. Приніс.
Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sahanash of Lipa.
Зараз буде той тип, який на початку був, да? Ні.
You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged
Я
asses out
предлагаю
of here on the
дать
double.
пизди цьому
The
дураку.
Perigla!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body
Sure.
by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days.
Я
And
думав,
even
що
if
це
he
він зробив.
did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Get your shitty hands off me!
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
Мразі. Чисто мразоти. Я предлагаю перелізти.
What the fuck was
Зі.
that?
Озе. Ну, озе. Ну, хуй знає. Відмінки, англійська мова. Тяжко. Тяжко.
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Що? А що? А що? Напиться, базару.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
У нас наш друг вообще
Not
що-то.
far off. We look like a couple of beggars and we stink even worse.
Наш тип дохуя говорить що-то. Ну, не тот, за кого ми граємо, а
What the fuck was all that at the gate? Try
Тачик.
to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands,
А
different
чогось в крові
customs.
вже.
God's holy britches.
I expect they've had trouble
А
with
чого в
beggars
крові?
in the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Ну, я вам сейчас чуть подниму камеру. Ну, свою камеру подниму. Блядь, не так довго я думаю, що происходить. А, щоб ви бачили субтитри. Ну да, спочатку треба просто... Ну і лист треба.
Oh, we could track down those bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to
Плюс ми можемо забрати їхню
How do you
екіпу.
intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
Так реально, зараз незамітно проберемося і
No, I was thinking more like finding their
чин-чин-чин-чин.
camp and sneaking in stealthily. Find out where they put the letter, grab it, and vanish before they even know we were there.
Are you dreaming? What kind of chance do you think we'd have?
Quite a strong one. Maybe.
Bollocks, old pal.
Well, what else do you want to do? Go back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
Ну да, в принципі, тут буде.
We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged asses.
Блядь, в мене ж реально грошей немає, має бути 1400
Chin
гривень.
up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you
Та
four
все буде добре.
reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
Ну, блядь, да, до речі, жалко, типу, вони були прикольними.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenis. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Ми ще будемо отрабатувати, блядь.
What is it?
That's that woman from the pond.
Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that which.
What I tell you? What are you waiting for?
Правильно,
She can
блядь.
vouch for who we are. Go to her.
Так, нам доганять буде?
God be with you.
Блядь, ми щас якось...
A full
Ладно,
picture
не
of
будемо в
wine,
маніка
please.
грати.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm
Well, no, it's not-
Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Блядь, це від мене.
Stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey,
Вибачаюсь.
youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
А де я? Як воно взагалі почувствував, що воняв, блядь? А чого той... Чого пташек помився, а я не помився? Все, від мене не смердить уже?
Men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Давай, пизду. Стой.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
Блядь. Ну, біля ставка бачились.
By that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
We saved you. Me and my lord there. You and some other women were attacked by bandits. You must remember that.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
Бреше.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh?
Чого?
Clear off, you
Бля, ще
lecture.
втратив цю репутацію.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
Вибачаю. Реально, що слишком охуєвший якийсь.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Ну, я завжди готовий.
Always ready.
Glad to hear it.
Может, не дураки мы, потому что надо работать.
More than you paid for, so you'll work your debt off, like I said.
Стоп, я ніхуя не поїв.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the
Блядь, знову работать, сука. Я прийшов з роботи і знову буду работать. Знову носить якісь мішки. Та йоп.
So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy. And then we'll be quits.
Все зробимо, все зробимо. Не будемо вийобувати.
Carrying a
Ми не
few
горді.
sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
It's terrible about them bandits. We never
А
had
це все
nothing
Сігізмунд
like that
оцей.
here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right.
Це все понятно, що ти їбав.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate.
Ну
Where
да,
are
він
you actually
такий.
from, if you don't mind me asking?
Rat-eye.
Rat-tie. Rat-tie. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Ну, що... Давайте розпитаємо про все, а потім вернемося до цього, типу.
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to
Ну,
be
дякую,
better.
блядь.
The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Is von Berghoff recruiting men at arms?
No, von Berghoff ain't got nothing to do with that. They go of their own free will. They're fed up of ordinary work, so they try their luck elsewhere. It don't occur to them they might not come back. They just see easy
Дураки.
earnings. Then the old folks have to do their work in the fields.
Так, ну,
Where can I find
про
work
роботу.
around these parts?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open.
Погоду ми будемо работать до хуя. Типу,
Try right to
походу,
find the smith for one. He's a bit odd,
до
but
коваля
he'll
пойдемо.
pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it,
Будемо ковати
he's
зброю.
sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it.
Хочу,
And that
поговоримо.
fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then. But watch
Ну,
out
а
for him.
хліб
You
теж
know
будемо
what they
делать.
say about Millers?
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Так, це хорошо. О! Так, ну,
I
все.
heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else.
Так, що за весілля?
Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush,
Друзі, да.
our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Так, ну це, хто такий
Who is
Семен?
this? Semin.
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Угу.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Спитаємо,
Will Lord von
спитаємо.
Bergov be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Угу. А ми
Can
можемо?
I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Блядь, ще запрошення якісь потримати.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Нічого.
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there.
Ми в них ще
He's the
спиздим
bride's
запрошення.
brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Угу. Так,
Where
куди
do you want the
бішки?
sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
А,
Where's
комарда?
the pantry?
Second door inside the
А, стой,
tavern.
блядь. Нахуя? Вона ж також сказала.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that.
Так, ми зараз цього перепахаємо. Пташика, хуй він сидить. Я пахав? Не можу.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get
Що
something
тобі
out of
це?
her though.
What? Don't keep me in
Що тобі це
suspense.
показав?
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married.
Ми це все узнали.
Marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And
No.
that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
Щось придумаю.
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
А нам, в
There's
принципі,
something
треба
else we
пташек.
have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking
Не
my
вийобуйся,
noble
чую.
thistle?
Що це?
Serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Come on. Nobody will
Реально,
recognize
хто
you.
ти упоз...
Maybe not now, but what about later? People will
Що, фотку
remember
зробити,
my
чи що, де?
face, and when everything's
Це,
cleaned
блядь, до
up,
історичного времени.
word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do when we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law.
Bonnement.
Oratorus, the priests who pray for us. Laboratorus, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatorus, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Ти в Бога менше віри був. Повернім шлях, та, блядь, що за народ? А що я... Як я це все повивчав? А мені цікаво, де я?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
І що?
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labor, it wouldn't be such an offense against divine order as in my case.
От мразь.
Noble status and that. In
От
short,
мразь.
be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Ми
Are you
будемо
really
до
not gonna
последнього.
help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatorus and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
Блядь, боюсь інакше не...
I'm afraid there's nothing else for it if we're to ever get out of this place. So, lord or no lord, the sacks are waiting.
Let them wait. Sacks are good at it. It's not long since I had to drag one
Ну,
sack
зручно,
through
та
the
ти
night.
охуєв.
And if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself then.
До последнього будемо.
Aren't gonna work.
Я говорю, до
That's a
останнього будемо.
warrior's lot, Henry. Conserving his strength till the next battle comes along.
Right,
От гандон.
I'll get to work. Alone.
Так а зачем він нам треба?
If it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back
Реально,
later.
а навіщо він нам треба?
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
От нахуя він нам? Так, що у нас? Гербливо. І що? Є якісь цікаві місця. Ти хто?
You're not the fella who's supposed to carry the sacks, are you?
I'm supposed to move the sacks. Are you guarding them?
Aye. Thank God someone's bothered to come at last. The quicker sacks are moved, the better. You'll have your work
Понятно.
cut out on your own. But don't look at me. I ain't gonna help you. I'll move each sack.
А куди нести, блядь? Всередину треба? Куди нести? Які двері, блядь? Сюди треба? О!
What's the hold up, innkeeper?
Що там? Стоп, а мені ще меч якийсь дали. Тесак, ось його. Ну, блядь, звісно, мечем це тяжко назвати, ну. Що є, то є. А, він все-таки допомагає, він потягує нам мішки. Я думав, зараз будемо туди залізати, блядь, оттуда тягнути. Блядь. Ні, гарненько, і музика, блядь, і музичний супровід прикольний. Він чимось напоминає мені цього. Stronghold. Ну і в принципі такі середньовічні, ну... Да, все середньовічні.
Yes, you did. I never heard of any Perkstein in all my years.
I'm not surprised. You're just a village yokel.
How dare you? I am the son of the bailiff.
You're not gonna plow on Sunday, are you?
I heard about the attack by the pond, actually. I heard it was a massacre.
Так, не будемо підслуховувати. Хоча, напевно, треба було підслухати. Ну, дивись, стоїть, сука. Ну, це помощничок, блядь. Можемо його реально де-то ставити, хай він де-то там сидить, ми все за нього зробимо. Ну, то що, ну він буде нам тільки під ногами плутатися. Від нього користі 0. Работает, не работає. А де мішок дівся? Стоп, блядь. Так, зараз 4.
What did you say? Say it again.
Блядь,
It
знову.
was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trusky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Ой-ой.
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
У мене є тесак, ти де
There's no point in
побереш.
arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein.
Не, ну я понимаю, що він реально Пашек заїбав нож.
You and your silly made-up name.
No apology then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business.
А ти не
Take
пізди.
your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on then.
You scum!
Сейчас буде пізділка. Сейчас буде пізділка. Опа. Слабо ударив.
I'll show you.
А стой, доходить. На, дура. На, блядь. На. А я ж якраз кулачний бой там, що то. А що їх двоє, блядь? Що їх двоє? От'їбись, сука. Блядь, блок. Чё их двое, блядь? Что за паскуд? Сука, не подходь. Тут, блядь, на нахуй. На. Блядь, мого друга там сейчас запиздять. Ой. Промахнулся чуть. А що мене тратить? Що за фіолетова залупа? А, це, блядь, супротивник може? То що ти пижу? Да, це супротивник. Стой. На, все, да, це був супротивник. Все, я понял, базару. На, блядь. На, сука. На, блядь. Наши. О, блядь, тормознись, вибачаюсь. На. На, блядь. На. Хорошо, блядь. Наступний. А чуєш, пташек, ти їх вообще коцаєш, ні? Що вони всі ХПшні, блядь? Откуда від тебе? Подаріний комбо нормально їбанув тільки що, да? Хорошо, да? А вообще, може не треба було з ним пиздитися? Може тут цей коваль, на який я хотів попрацювати? Ух, сука. Блядь. А що происходит? Не, все. І що? О, пизда нам. Блять. Ох, сука, дура. А нас тоже до нього?
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse.
А нас тоже, блядь. А нас за що?
You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak? You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve.
Вообще по факту.
Played the hero. Would have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off! Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Реально, за що в нас кидають? Що ми зробили? Ми, блядь, ми працювали як чесний люд.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm fed up with pulling you out of the shit all the time.
You pull me out of the shit! And who dragged you through the woods at night, eh? Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologize. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do? You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me. Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern.
Картина
We've been in
масла,
the
блядь.
shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me. Just like that.
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
And you're a spoilt brat who can't even hear himself.
What the fuck did you say? I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating.
Ти б лучше послухав,
To
дядь.
make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Ну, про пса було лишнє. Ну,
That's
помиримо.
enough.
Помиримо.
This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when
Ты
you're by my
охуел.
side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realized it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well,
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word.
Чому ми тут?
Consider what to do next.
І що ми так цілий день стоять будемо? Реально, блядь, буде ахуєть. Прикиньте, як це тяжко, сука, спина, напевно, болить пізда. А Пендера дасть?
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Ахуєв. Ти лучше з нами на свято, дядь. Я там такий класний бой вів. Чуть-чуть не повезло. Ми не встигли?
Otto.
Hey! Go!
Блядь. Ну, де, треба було раніше заходить. Поняв би.
Oh shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines.
Ми
I'll
розділяємося?
look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Тип, що то йобнувся на голову, походу, ні?
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh?
Вообще є таке.
Alright, off you go.
Мы-то нормальный тип. Ну, нас даже по попе ляснул. То есть, ну, нормально попа. Нормально попа, значит нормальный тип. Ну, то есть, мы. Злочин та репутація, що є злочином, все, чого має уникати чесний християнин, є злочином. Блять. Я тільки що оце, ви не повинні вбивати невинних, я прочитав, ви повинні вбивати, я думаю, що, блядь. Ну, то есть я не забув. Угу. Ну, понятно, наслідки злочину, якщо хтось побачить вас зв'яже, вас дадуть вартовим. Ага. Ну, коротше.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find mutt without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstone.
Так, погнали помиюсь. Ти гукаєш?
What's your story?
What would you say? Right now, I'm slightly scruffy. Nothing.
Стоп, а це не вона в трейлері
I
була?
don't have any money. Look at me. I don't have anything at all.
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
За що?
For what?
О,
I've been
за що?
begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till
Помогли заработать.
the scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Дякую.
Now things can only get better.
Вообще факт. Блядь, оце типу що, я думаю, тепер ви не бачите, який вибір там. Ех, гадаю, твоя правда.
Probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Mhm.
Unless somebody tries to kill me.
Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Який кот? Який кот?
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Який кот, блядь? Сходіть до кота.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He rakes logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just
Типа
that,
возом переїхали,
he
блядь,
crawled
і він
down to
руками
get it.
ламає дрова.
And when
Може не
he
пойдемо
found
до
the
нього?
poor thing had a broken
Що тут
leg,
це якась
carried
хуйня
it
ідея,
on his
ні?
back all the way home.
Ну, а де
Where
ми?
might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Так, а нам це і треба? Так, а як її звати?
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway?
О, я так само
I'm
знакомлюсь.
Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I
Ну,
move on.
так, це ж роблять
Why are you
мандринки, ні?
begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad, but don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
А чого репутацію втрачено? А чого репутацію втрачено? За що, блядь? Я поцікавився, як її звати, що вона робить, блядь.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk,
Ну, Макдональдс,
it's bound to
блядь,
be
поработав
better.
в чисту хавку. Хорошо. Яке
You said
місто?
you were going to a city. You mean like to
Прага.
Prague?
Ми йдемо в Прагу.
Somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll
Ми
find
знайшли собі
something.
подружку.
I'm not afraid
Походу.
of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first.
За що мене тоді відняли репутацію?
Be a long while yet.
Просто за що, блядь? Так,
Oh,
ну...
well.
Все, бебе.
Nice to meet you, but I should probably get going.
Давай, баратрум. Бебе.
So on.
Don't worry,
Був радий
you'll
поговорити.
manage. Till we meet again.
Давай. Так, а я хотів митися. Ви вивчили жебраки. О, блядь, це я вивчив жебраку. Помитись. Щоб не воняло від мене. Блядь, я не поговорив ще, сука. Стой, а може... Ти хто, дядь? Варта. Вибачай. Цить, не вийобусь. Що це у нас? Підказуєш, да? Підказуєш цікавих місць. А що тут у нас? Що за цікаве місце? Типу таверна? Стоп, блядь, так таверна, що вона показана, ні? Ну ось все, блядь. Підказуєш, сука, що за цікаве місце? Ага, всередині. Ідемо. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Замат, блядь. Сейчас би уже, блядь, в тюрму сів. Так, ладно, а там ще якісь було місце цікаве. А їх було і більше, там ще було. Ох, блядь, сука, я за цього дебіла втратив. Чи може тут що-то є? Ага, я писаю.
You've no business here.
Вибачаюсь. Це чиясь хата? Це була чиясь хата, блядь?
That's right.
I hope you're not following.
Стежу. Ти хто? Варто. Та йому похуй він сидить. О, коваль! Це варто. То це будую хата. Блять, а що я по чужим хатам хожу? Це... Баратрум. Так, а це що? О, це торгаш. А до нього можна на роботу? Мужик, треба робота. Ой, треба
You can
робити.
buy everything you need from me, but excuse the selection. A few days ago, when I was returning with new goods, the horse got spooked and my wagon tipped into the pond. I salvaged some things, but the
Ми
rest
йдемо в
is
ставок
now
шукати
in the
речі.
pond.
And where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak pond.
Ставка
Beyond Jelly.
Керчак.
You can still find it there. I can't tell you how much it still pisses
О,
me off.
все, ми знайшли.
But what
Ми знаємо,
can
де це
I
місце.
do?
Ми туди зараз пойдемо. Прикро це чути.
Sorry to hear that.
Me too, but what can I do? So, what will it be?
А ти показуєш, що є.
What do you have for sale?
Прохід між купівлею. Понятно, понятно. А, це то, блядь, надо вдіться.
Aye, maybe next time then.
Давай, блядь. Next time. А мені треба вдіться, то що, блядь, що то... Або те. Ну, давай це. Їжа, морква, ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. А це треба вивчити? Кинути вивчити. А, зажати, все. Все. Кропова і белладонна, нормально. А стой, що в мене ще є? Пов'язки. Ну, нормально, понятно. Так. А де в нього віз перекинувся? Не тут, а де то? Йоу! Ого, а що? А от, блядь, далеко йти. Стоїть до кота. А, ми тут були, стой. Ого, до рябка йти, блядь. Не... А це що? Угу. Понятно. Так, ладно, а що по завданню? До коваля треба йти. Ну, на коваля поработав, понял? Коваль нормальный тип. Мы сейчас научимся ковать, станем ковалями. Заживем собі спокійненько. Напевно. О, дрозд.
I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a
Я
long
ти бачиш, як я
story.
вигляджу?
My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've
Це
got
нормальний
more
тип, нормальний
important
тип.
things to do.
Все, поняв, не вийобусь. Що мені Рома скинув? Гівку скинув. Думав, що це цей, що це важно. Ага. Що нового?
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project
Sit
the
down.
Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Gelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants.
І що говорять?
He said he found
Здорово,
more
Ром.
fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up
Свіжі
bodies
могили.
ever since that
А зачем я
bandit gang
вообще свіжі
started
могили?
running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough,
Коротше,
that
це
gang of
нормальний тип,
bandits is
він якщо що буде з
rampaging
нами.
through the region.
Це
Now
типа...
someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
I and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have
Я
the
вовчу
time to
бакалійника.
look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it?
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
Де роботу знайти? Все, дядь, ББ. Де роботу знайти, блядь? Це чиясь хата, блядь. Сейчас я сюди зайду, мені дадуть... табло, блядь. Що таке?
Friend?
Так там же ж двор якийсь, блядь. Та дядь, на мене тут всі вийобуються, а ви... Це що таке? Мужик, ти хто? Маємо. Ти такий, ти бомж, звичайний. А ти хто? Тесь. Робота є? Ого. А.
Take care then.
Без понтов. Дядь, щоб попиздить, треба чуть-чуть речей там бути, поняв? Я поки що бомж. О, тут вже відкрито. Служниця. О! Отут ми зараз на неї поработаємо.
Have you come to break some more stuff? If you want something, wait till I've stopped being angry. And if you don't have anywhere to sleep, they'll look after you in Geliev.
Я хочу поработати. Музикант. Ти хто? Наймик. Дядя, а в мене є гроші? У мене гроші є? А де гроші дивись? У мене є гроші? Не забирайте наші гроші. Нам не потрібні гроші. Скрині для індульгенції, дочільний круг, торгаш, писар. Що за гніздо? Що за гніздо? Що по завданням? Стоп. Оце мені треба. Єбать іти. Ну давай. А куди йти? Куди йти? Ти хто? Наймик. Бомж. З бомжами ми не дружимо. Курить. Водильня. Ага, блядь, це водильня. Чи де водильня? Так, туди я заходити не буду, знову, блядь, скажуть, якого хуя ти тут будеш. Блін, ну гарно, я не знаю, так гарно, так кайфово, така хороша оптимізація, просто кайф. І графоній непоганий, да? Блядь. Шикарно. І це без цього, це без DLSS всяких, ну, без масштабування, понял, вообще. Ну, граю в чисту ігру, в яку я повинен грати. Реально кайф. Правда, зараз прийдеться бігати, блять, туди-сюди, туди-сюди, туди-сюди. Ще я жду, поняли, коли все-таки пройду гру, то що тоді я стрімою зможу не кожних 2 дня вести, блять, а раз в 3 дня. І я, блять, хоча б спати зможу. То що я сьогодні знов сидів, монтував, поняли. Всю ніч сидів, монтував. Думаю, що непогано вийшло, вночі думаю, що непогано вийшло. Сьогодні передивлюсь, якраз Максу даю на оцінку, типа, як що там. Я понімаю, Наско, це сиро, блядь. Ну, типу, воно непогано, поняв? Ну, моменти вони прикольні я оставив. Але вони сирющі нахуй. Там столько вирізати ще з них треба. Там столько, ну, безкорисних діалогів, які треба було просто вирізати, залишити саме цікаво. Там ще, ну, там катка з поляком, вона сама цікава така була. З тими 3 уйобками, блядь. Вибачаюсь за мат. А може і не вибачаюсь. О, так це далеко йти. Я думав, що тут взагалі далеко йти буде. Ще я не розумію, що у нас не вивчилась карта. Може, по факту ми йшли пішком до замку. Що у нас не вивчилась карта. Да, це було в цьому. В катсцені, ну і що? Ой-ой, що сознання. Ля, диви, гарно як. Ти бачиш, як гарно? Кайф, ні? Де ти що? Хмарки йдуть, сонечко світить, а там зір у нас поганий. Розмиває все, блядь. Так, а де коваль? Де коваль? Я хочу... Ну, в принципі, ігрушка стоїть, знаєте, на 20 гривень. Так, це Тахов. Це якесь село. Добрий вечір. Очкайте. А, це їжа. А хто? Є тут хтось? Я вибачаюсь. А я щас прийду. Ладно, не буду. Реально, де? Де Коля? Подивіться.
That's a fine maypole.
О, мужик! Ти мені треба. Кузня. Так.
What can I do for you?
Роботу шукаю.
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is
Сейчас ми
piling
будемо
up.
работать, типа на коваля, ми станемо ковалями, получимо мільйони. Уйдемо в... Поняли? Будемо відкладати гроші, відкриємо свою ковальню і будемо ковалями.
Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience would come in very handy for me indeed.
Да, дядя, коваль хороший.
I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semin. A fine sword.
Я сейчас таки выкую.
You'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to
Да.
try you out first.
Ну
You
давай.
could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith.
Блядь, это хочу тоже, поняли?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
А там пиздяться сзади, стоп. Там сзади хто-то пиздився.
Iron.
Оно,
You can't
б'ються.
make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
Давай. А де? Де що взяти? Ти знаєш, що такі, блядь, правила безпеки? Диви, ну, викинув все. Ага. Забалося. Так, треба оце. Опа, а це можемо?
Are you gonna get started then?
Тесак.
Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit.
Що буде?
Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows.
Ага, понял. Все, то, типу я народжений коваль просто. А воно горіє? Надо було затиснути. Мужик, тебе пічка якась хуйова. Блядь, двинь! Алло! Ні, поганий. Все, це хороший. До ковадла. К. Ку-ку-курю. Та все, я вже тут. Давай, квадло. І що? Ти візьмеш, алло? Не береться, блядь. Алло, а де? Чим я б'ю?
See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong.
Так, а чим я б'ю, стоп?
That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other.
Ага, понял. А як понял, що я вже його викував?
Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things.
Да, як перемістити? Так, а як перемістити?
And continue on the other side.
Як? Ага, F. Опа. Ще понять. Ну, дядя, чисто рукою, блядь. Поняв? Я сильно сильний для цієї гри, блядь. Я рукою чисто піздячу.
Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
О, блядь, промахнувся. Як мені поняв, що я вже доходжу до цього, до моменту, що він почти викувався? Це похоже? Блядь, та не промахуйся.
It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes.
Поняв, дядь. Ми будемо його закаляти? Вже все, дядя, вже тут. Тільки достань, будь ласка. Та може ти все-таки візьмеш там ковадло, я не знаю. О, ковадло, говорю. Молот, блядь. Ага, коли до дискер, це знаєш добре, все. Блядь, промахнувся. Все добре, все добре. Ну що? Так, надо знову його розогріти, да? Я що, должен робити, ні? Умастили, так хорошо, блядь. Ну, здається, непогано, але я не бачу. Мужик, непогано? Що? Якість 2. Це що? І що це значить? Якість 2, це що значить?
Right. Let's have a look.
Давай.
Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
Спасибо.
Certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that?
Понял.
Or is there something else you want
Ні,
to
все
ask
понятно,
about?
дядь, все понятно. Як диринство дав удар від плану, це понятно, на іскри. Як мені правильно навіщо окувати рівномірно, коли заготовка буде готова. Ну, все понятно.
That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them, though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Угу. Так, де спать, я понял.
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work.
Давай, дядь, я то уже... Ти мені замість.
But what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes.
А мені гроші
Here are some
заплатять?
simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Давай.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sakura, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interest.
Короче, понял, будем сейчас работать на типа. Будем работать на дядю. Работаем на дядю. А де? Все. Раз выучил. Хорошо. Пять. Давайте що? Такого все зробимо. Фух, я думаю, сейчас витягне, блядь. А як подкову ковати, це, конечно, хороше запитання. А воно сразу все рівномірненько тогда? Ну, то есть простенько така роботка буде у нас. Отак, хорошо, витягуй, блядь. Швидше, сука! Ти куди самі, будь ласка? Ну, ти, блядь, тип, я не знаю. Чим я б'ю? Як мені понять, по чому я б'ю? О, хорошо. Погано. Дуже погано. Я не понимаю, куда удар летить, алло, блядь. От як понять, куда тут удар летить, блядь. Хорошо. Погано. Як понять, я промахуюсь, не промахуюсь, роблю. Хорошо. Ну, непогано. Пиздец, блядь. Так, до горна. З цим невидимим молотком, конечно, це сильно. Так, розмуху, дядя, быстріше. Все, пошли, быстрее, блядь. Нас сделали на работу, мы должны себя хорошо проявить, блядь. Мы и так воду до такого воду спиздили. Хорошо. Погано. Все, в другую сторону начнем. Хорошо. Погано. Все чуть. Хорошо. Вот так где-то. Хорошо. Ух, сука, який я... Все, я все понял. Тепер знову посерединки. Хорошо. Сюда. Погано. Серединка. Погано. Ще. Погано. Все. До горна. Ебать, та типи, я перенароджений коваль. Все, блядь. Я понял своє покликання. Я увольняюсь з роботи, я йду ковалем работать. Все, я приблизно понял. Конечно, непонятно все рівно, куда я бью, блядь. Это уже такие, блядь. Ну, куда я только что ударил, блядь? Чем я бью? Чо такі погані удари виходять? Може вона вже в мене вийшла хорошо, типа? Я її далі монтажу. Та ні, воно ще виравнює, що там. Здається, виравнює. Так, давайте подивимось. Що? А перевертати то ж теж треба. Ух ти, юб. Забув, блин. Забув. Все, сейчас с той стороны обстукаем, да, вообще. Самое идеальное це подкол. Я ще й назад не перевертав, сподіваюся. Реально, з двох сторон треба було обстукати, щоб, блядь, тупанув. О, чудись крок было. Ой, блядь, тут вообще что-то. Беда. Хорошо. Погано. Хорошо, сука, как хорошо. Блядь, може ці удари над мене залежать? Чому мене, в принципі, випадково якось отак от, блядь, ну, криво. Давай, розгрівай. Блядь, конечно, так довго ховати одну подкову це сильно. Подкову це на моє діло. Блядь, весь 24 години куєм подкову. Угу. Хорошо, сука, який я мастер. Я приблизно понял. Приблизно понял, який відступ треба робити. Ну це тільки приблизно, блядь. Реально я не понимаю, куда я бью. Блядь, дай боже розуміння, що я роблю. Я б'ю хуй знає куда, блядь. Я в принципі це роблю одною рукою. Без кайла. Ой, кайло. Чого я кайлом називаю? А, так давай розогріємо, що ти, блядь. Може вона у нас вже вийшла? Може ми якусь легендарну вже куємо? Все, хорошо. Ти там не балуйся, блядь. Він свистить, коли все хорошо. І перестає, коли все хуйово. Мужик, не свисти, блядь. От надо оце от. Мене смущає просто.
This is useless. I should move it.
Поняв. Хорошо, блядь. Погано. Так, надо знову нагреть. Я что не понимаю, блядь. Я не понимаю, как кувать подковы. Все, хватит. Так, чтобы прям хорошенько было. Ух ты, сука, как хорошо. Було б певно, якщо б дали якусь подсказку по поводу кування подков, блядь. Я что-то, блядь, не понимаю. Я не понимаю. Не розумію, блядь. Я, кстати, дивився там. Я забув, як дивитися на виріб. А як я на нього дивився раніше з того? А може коню вже нормально буде? Може конь вже буде радий, тому що я наковав? Може це самі круті сандалети, які були у коня, блядь. Коли-небудь. Да, я не самий вдалий коваль, блядь. Подкув. Ну, блядь. Коню-то що? Конь може вообще без сандалет бігав, а тепер у нього сандалі будуть, які я йому сам викував. Своїми цими ручками, блядь. Блядь, Може хватить? А, то есть він ще не готовий. Він 100% ще не готовий. Чи він готовий? От як поняти, він готовий чи не готовий? От коли настане той момент, що він готовий? Хорошо. Хуйово. Хуйово. Перевернем. Перевернем, я сказав. Блять, реально 24 години кую ковадло, блять. Ой, кую. Що я кую? Підкову. Я не бачу, куди я просто б'ю. Якби в мене ще було якісь розуміння, куди я б'ю. Чому так сил багато тратить?
Good. This won't take long now.
О! Дякую. А що там відбувається? Хто там що робить? Я тут кую, а там що тут происходит цікавеньке таке, блядь. Я вообще дуже... Що? Що там таке відбувається? Того доїбався в страж. Вартовий, блядь. Як... Сколько я вже кую в цю підкову, блядь? Це одна подкова, що я так довго кую? З мене взагалі якийсь поганий цей майстер. Може пану розогріваю, типа, її? Все, хватит. Вона вже побіліла, блядь.
Now I just have to temper it.
Все? Все, блядь. От для мене вона як вигляділа, так вона і виглядить. Нічого не помінялось, нахуя я її бив, нахуя я її за... ну, що я робив? Тільки на це що таке? Одну штучку. Мужик.
What do you want here, you scoundrel? Why'd you barge in here?
Show me your wares.
І що? Ладно, давайте далі ходити. Сокиру, от сокиру хочу ще сховати. І що я взяв? А в мене буде на цей раз молот? Може я должен десь його покласти, блядь? А, дивіться, виріб можна тільки тут, а поняв? Не на наковальні. Блядь, реально... А треба якось двигати там що-то, ні? Похуй. Ну похуй, так похуй, ладно. Де ковадло, блядь? Так, перевернуть. Так, що надо? Ну дивись, ну, іменно перероджений цей. Уже сокира вже майже готова. Я вже бачу. Підкова якась була дебільна. Триває, блядь. Метал якийсь. Титан нахуй кували якийсь. Ой, ти... Добренько. Мені кажется, я по наковальні б'ю іноді, блядь.
This'll take a bit longer.
Чого? Та вже почавикували. Блядь, реально походу по наковальні б'ю. Да, в печку. Быстрее, блядь. Да, на тренуванні це все було якось полегше, блядь. Та такі якось легше кувати. Я що дивлюсь, блядь. Саме тяжке це, блядь, виковати цю підкову. Хто думав, блядь, хто знав.
Christ almighty.
Блядь. Перевертай. Мені цікаво, по чому я б'ю, блядь. Реально, блядь. Це запитання, прям, яке мене дуже сильно цікавить. Понять, куди я б'ю. О, хорошо, да. Все, закараем. Ну, бачите, сокира сразу же, так. И все, блядь, хіба на подкову, пока її зробиш. Уф. Хорошо, блядь. Так, ну ми до хвилин 20 кували це все діло. Красота. За $1 мільйон можна продати. Якість. А це хорошо? Якість 3, це хорошо чи це погано? Ну, блядь, стоїть дешевше, ніж підкова. Дешевше, ніж подкова коштує, блядь. Ага, воно сильніше. Так, замість цього. Це взагалі можна продати. Ти диви, нормальну сокиру виклав, чуєш, блядь? Блядь, вообще кайф. Підкован тоже хороший, ну. Супер, блядь. Який же я мастер, блядь, я не знаю. Ну просто геній. А може воно нам і не треба? Мужик, хочеш бути? Чого не можу йому нічого продати? Що мене по завданню стоїть? Що, блядь? Що мені робити? Ладно, візьмемо Power, може він ще должен сказати.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semin, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart
А,
ended
надо
up,
було роботу попросити в
especially
нього.
the cargo.
Я
Go
думаю,
to Semin
ховати
and
надо.
find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semin that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semin.
Нам про все розпитати, про все розпитуємо. І напевно будемо на сьогодні закінчувати стрімчик.
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say Lord Semin wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords,
Бастарди.
bastard swords,
Засуджую.
crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Semin's crossbow. And some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of things. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
Ну, я цим займусь.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them.
Да, ми люди такі. Що, пропоную насправді на цьому і закінчити. Як на мене, ми непогано пограли. Того вже будемо до... Побачимо, що в п'ятницю. В п'ятницю може кесочка буде. В п'ятницю може якийсь інтерактивчик, там кесочка, тому подібне. А вам говорю, дякую, що були на стріму. І бебешечка.